Hello, all my joyful creators and all my yarn adventurers. This is Yarn Joy Adventures with Cynthia, and my name is Cynthia with Cynthia's Joyful Creations, and I am so excited to be here with you today and to add a little bit more to our baby blanket that we are doing, where we are highlighting the stitch, the textured cluster stitch. And so are you ready to add some more to your blanket? Perhaps you've been working on yours throughout all of last week since we were last together. Maybe you haven't picked it up, but now I am going to go ahead and add some more to mine. So I hope you'll come along and do the same with me. It is actually Saturday, and so I know that this video will not actually air until tomorrow. So I have decided, because I have some free time today, that I'm going to set aside 3 hours today to work on this blanket. And so I normally don't have that much time in my normal life to be able to give to one project, especially in a week's time. And so I am very excited that I am, finding the joys in my current situation of having back surgery. So that means today, part of that joy is being able to give a complete 3 hours to this blanket. So if you're ready to get started for today's adventure, then let's pick up our crochet hooks and get started. I will come back and show you what I got done in 3 hours. And until then, happy crocheting! I am back, and this is what I got accomplished for this episode. And so I have been able to actually start the repeat color. So we are actually going through yellow, then the gray, then the minty green blue to this peachy pinky color. And then we start with the yellow again to repeat the colors. So that is what I have gotten accomplished. It was quite a good bit, and it is coming along very nicely. So I hope that you are having fun with whatever project you are working on using this stitch. I got to thinking, as pretty as it is, this would actually also make not only a pretty scarf, but it would make a pretty sweater, a pretty baby sweater. This stitch, again, the textured cluster stitch, is a really beautiful stitch, and I know that this will not only be the first, but not the last for sure, baby blanket that I will make using this stitch. The one thing that I have come to realize with this stitch is you might want to chain a few more chains than the average normal chains that you do for a baby blanket. I usually average my baby blanket chains anywhere between like 130 and 135. And as you can kind of see, I'm going to fold it in half so that you can kind of get an idea, because my camera cannot pick it all up. So there's the blanket folded in half. So if you can imagine, it's not a very wide blanket. Now, of course, when we go to put a border on it, it will give it a little bit more width, but it's in general not as wide as some of my normal baby blankets. But this would be a very good one for maybe like a car seat. So, and it's just kind of light and airy. So honestly, this one would be good for spring and summer, which it does have those really spring, pretty colors. Well, thank you for joining me today, and I look forward to seeing how much you get done on your project until we come together next week. Now, granted, I am physically not seeing your project unless you decide to send me a picture on any of my other social platforms. I do have Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and I also have email, and all of those links are located in the description box of this video. So yeah, I would love to see what you're working on and see your progress. Well, thank you once again for joining me today for Yarn Joy Adventures Part 3 of the Textured Cluster Stitch. And I look forward to meeting with you next week and seeing what all I've gotten done on my blanket. Well, take care, and thank you once again for joining me for Yarn Joy Adventures with Cynthia. My name is Cynthia with Cynthia's Joyful Creations. And until next time, always, always be joyful, stay crafty in your own way, and make your own joyful creations. Bye, everyone.